All right, we are live for episode 7 on our beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful Ultimate General Civil War playthrough. Currently playing as the Union. We have been a little bit light on our live streams this week. Have run into some vehicle issues. So every free moment I've had has been spent working on them. However, we are slowly getting back on track here. So we actually are currently right in the middle of a hot fight. I mean, we are in it. We're in the middle of a grand battle of Fredericksburg. We were unable to finish it on our previous episode, but we had a nice save. If I'm not mistaken, we've gotten through let's pause here and recap where we're at. We got through the first phase, which is kind of I guess you could say the first two phases was down there at the bottom of the map. It's Prospect Hill. We've almost taken it. I mean, we're starting to surround him, to be honest. And now we're just kind of starting this other phase of the battle, which is up here by the stone wall in downtown Fredericksburg. And we have our second corps here. Our second corps is nothing to sneeze at. You know, they're coming up, and we gave them a few extra artillery guns in order to possibly knock them off this stone wall. I'm not too confident on us being able to roll them up here. It'll be a bit more of a holding action. However, I am hoping that uh, if we get some success down there at Prospect Hill, that it will free up some of those units to help out on the Telegraph Road and Mary's Heights here. The Telegraph Road, we really have nothing to engage with it right now. It's a little bit south of us. But let's just double check, make sure everybody's where I want them to be. Yeah, I've got majority of our line is just holding in front of the stone wall. And these two brigades, Gordon and Kwasniewski, I'm kind of slowly creeping them up here in the hopes of getting across over here. And our artillery is all targeting Cook right now, so with play, we'll keep this battle going here. Sure, my microphone's on. Yes, gorgeous. And actually, I forgot to pull up the live chat. I apologize. That way I can see our glorious friends as we're chit-chatting. Yeah, the supply's good. Good, Benjamin. Get him back in here. Yeah, they do tend to kind of break us here. So we really need to get over that wall sooner than later. Okay, Kwasniewski's condition is very low right now. But Gordon is up. Let's creep up Kwasniewski a little bit. And same with Gordon. Start creeping him up a little bit. We won't charge with Kwasniewski, but we will charge with Gordon here. Yeah, the artillery is just having a hard time hitting. We're having a hard time hitting, man, he's just chewing us up. His artillery is chewing us up. Alright, Gordon, charge. going to do a little bit of repositioning here. It's kind of funny. It's kind of bugging out a little bit there, the animations. Wow, Gordon got repulsed. Wow, we are having a difficult time. Alright, hold Garish, hold Tyler, Torbert hold. Pleasanton, we need to get him in there. Brzezowski is still on the move. He doesn't have any condition, but we're finally starting to attack him a little bit. Alright, Gordon, get in there. Maybe we can get him knocked back. We really should take Pleasanton and see if we can flank behind him. Oh, we broke him. See, this is the moment where we really need to get across the stone wall there. We finally broke him. Between the artillery and Kuznowski. I really need to get across that wall. Get over there. Alright. Pleasanton is trying to do a bit of... Okay, he's got more troops here. Honestly... Alright, hold right there. We're getting across over here. Okay, Pleasanton, hold your fire. He has a secondary wall there. Dang it. That's going to be very difficult taking this position. Although we are making a bit of progress here. Alright. Nice. Oddly enough, it might be because I have my fan going. I can kind of barely hear the in-game sound effects. Alright, we're going to get Buford back up here. And we might charge with Tyler here. See if we can break Kershaw's brigade there. Route! Oh, because you're getting flanked. He's got more brigades back here somewhere. Possibly an artillery. By him coming out the wall right there, Barksdale Brigade, that was a mistake on his part. Alright, Tyler's charging in there. We're going to have to try and take on that artillery. Alright, Buford, just hold. You guys get back up there. We had him, and we started flanking him right there. But his, man, he's so strong right here. But his artillery was hitting us from the side, ruining our condition. But that's not going to be the case anymore, because we're gonna creep up there, try to take out an artillery. Man, there must be several guns up here. So hopefully now, if we can engage this artillery here, Garish and Gordon can start rolling him up. See, we're fairly decent along this line, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to break his line. Do or die, we're going to break it. We just took massive leadership deaths right there. Wounded, killed, wounded. We charged all along the line. However, we actually might have broke him now. Believe it or not. Oh, that was so close. It would be nice if he chased after us. Alright, Krasnowski, charge them guns. Gordon, hold. Garish, hold. We've still got a little bit of time. Come on, break him. Oh, that was painful. That was very painful. Yeah, now we kind of messed up his formation a little bit. Okay, no. Gordon, face this way. Gordon. You're not facing the right way. Alright. Alright, Gordon, straighten up. Krasnowski, keep moving up. We've got his supplies right here. Yeah, he's starting to adjust himself here. I feel like he's pulling up reserves almost. Alright, Gordon and Garish are holding. Krasnowski has destroyed that artillery brigade. Alright, Buford, start creeping in there. We've got time, Hold, Gordon, you have to hold. See, now he doesn't have that major benefit of the stone wall that he had. We're kind of shaking him up a little bit here. We'll get Buford on the other side of that wall. Ah, Gordon, you didn't hold. that's okay. Our plan is working. We're rolling him up from the southern end of the stone wall. Alright, might need to get our... Alright, Buford, hold right there. Just don't let him get the benefit of that wall again. Because now we really don't have the troops to charge that wall in additional time. Man, we've taken some massive casualties on this part of the battle. Very bloody taking the wall. There's the flag right there. We're so close. Alright, you guys need to keep getting across that wall. Alright, Pleasanton hold. Scott hold. Yeah, our artillery is just not knocking them off as well as I was hoping they would. I'm just kind of creeping my supply wagon around here. Where is Krasnowski? I can't select them right now. Alright, Scott. Can't select Scott's brigade. Maybe Tyler could get some flanking on this brigade now. Alright, Gordon, Krasnowski, get back up here. Man, we took massive casualties on this part of the battle. Look at that, Barksdale only has 190 men left, and he's still in the fight. The Confederacy just refuses to give up this position. Our supply wagon this way. Alright, Benjamin, hold. Tyler, hold right there. Don't change your angle. Alright, artillery, fire on that brigade. Slowly working our way up. Okay, see if you can get across there. Tyler's at a good angle. He's really messing them up now. Alright, hold. Give everybody ammunition. Get back up there. Get back up there. Oops, I messed a few up. Whew, my goodness. It's contested. Alright, Benjamin's coming up. Buford and Hicks are coming up. Scott's coming up. Really need to get this guy. That Ransom, he needs to go. Yeah, see, he's got a whole secondary line back here. Alright, are these guys good on ammo? Yes, maybe. Yeah, they're okay. So pull our ammo, our supply wagon back. Alright, Hicks, get back in there. Fill the gap. Anytime one gets knocked out, Hicks will put a reserve in. Nice. Ransom is pulling back. My goodness. Now that he finally lost the stone wall, we're having some success. Alright, get on the double quick. Oh, Pleasanton's getting charged from the side. Jeez. Look at Benjamin's brigade. Down to 700 men. They took a pounding. I'm trying to contest it as best as I can. Oof. Yeah, artillery, perfect. Alright. Yeah, get up in there. Oh, we still have the numbers. This is bloody, but we've taken Mary's Heights. Cobb surrendered. Who surrendered? Okay, we've captured a Confederate brigade. So that's nice. Sorry about that. So we just captured this Cobb brigade here. We'll pull him back towards our artillery. Benjamin will cover him. Benjamin's brigade took a massive pounding. Nice. So we've taken Mary's Heights. Well, it's contested. Continue attacking or withdraw. Okay, it doesn't give me an option. General, our army has paid a heavy toll attacking those hills, but we can still claim victory. Mary's Heights could be captured if we act decisively. Telegraph Road might be weakened if the rebels have reinforced their flanks. Prospect Hill objective is already decided, and the rest of our forces are holding up at this flank. Already decided? Wait a second. Hold on. Pause. So Prospect Hill is already decided? So if that's true, does that mean that we only had that one chance to take Prospect Hill at the beginning of the battle, and we have failed to do it? Ugh. That would be unfortunate if that was the case, because that means that essentially, where is the objective? Okay, up here. That means essentially we would have to take both of these objectives. Which, we've got this Mary's Heights under control. Finally. But my goodness. I really thought we would have had an additional chance at that Prospect Hill. Because that was where our main army was. It's a little bit further south of here. Like, this brigade's actually part of the 1st Corps. It's on this side of the... It was just inside the area of the map. But my goodness. I hope we get another chance at Prospect Hill. Because we were so close to getting that. And we had him, like, completely surrounded. It was looking beautiful. Okay, so we're going to continue our objective here. I'm taking Mary's Heights here. And then we might turn everybody, most of our army up here, we might turn them south. Our 3rd Corps here will move out to start working our way towards the Telegraph Road. Right now, let's save. Okay, let me get up with just this fan, and then we'll continue this engagement. Okay, perfect. Alright. Man, that would be... I've got to pause right now. That would be unfortunate if we don't get another attempt at Prospect Hill. Because, my goodness, we were so close. And that would be kind of cheap if the game didn't give us another chance. I really thought that we would have a bit more of a struggle up here at the stone wall here, Mary's Heights. I mean, we've taken like 50% casualties already, which is terrible. But we have taken the position. Okay, so continuing on. Push play. I have our 3rd Corps moving towards Telegraph Road. All of these gentlemen, start moving them up. Benjamin will be right here. Brooks, pull him up. Alright, hold the center here. We're getting some charges in here. Alright, Benjamin's gonna sit on the flag and hold it with the prisoners. Oh, Pleasanton got flanked. Oh, he's coming up behind us. Dang it. That's not good. Okay, Buford, attack there. Alright, Buford's going to cover the rear there. Krasinowski's going to cover over here. these guys are taking forever to move out, aren't they? At least he's kind of lost his, advantage. There you go. Now we've got Buford covering our rear. Alright, Gordon needs to turn around. Alright, we've got Mary's Heights here. But we've got to figure out a way to have our 3rd Corps take the Telegraph Road. Yeah, we've got that, no problem. He was pretty smart to, attack us from the south here after we took Mary's Heights. Yeah, see, now we're not even having an issue holding this position. We've whittled them down to just nothing. So our main focus needs to be over here. Need to get our artillery. To knock him off there. Alright, let's pull Garish down here. Actually, no, he needs to go up there. On the double quick. This is a sketchy engagement. See, it might behoove us to just rush in there down there. Oh, he's messing us up. Man, this is a difficult fight. Finally, we got him routed. My goodness. Okay. Turn back around. Alright, Benjamin, come back up here. Cop, come up here. We're making a little bit of a headway up here. We did eliminate that artillery, thank goodness. Alright, we might need to tighten this up a little bit here. I know I've got an important engagement down here too, but oh, he is really coming at us hard right here. See, how am I being flanked here? Because I thought I had our army turned around, facing this direction. Alright, artillery fire on Anderson on the wall. Devons, hold right there. Keys, stay here. Supply wagon here. This Evans, come through the gap. Oof. Barely pulled some brigades down here to cover our artillery position. See, he sent all of his reserves up. So what I'm kind of hoping is that he left that really unoccupied. Krzyzanowski could sneak down there, maybe. Alright, how are we looking up here? Oh, this is looking bad. You had some somewhat fresh brigades here. See, Evans, I'm going to sneak him through the gap. Have all the artillery fire on Robertson there. Oh, nice. We've sneaked in. Krzyzanowski, he'll make his way down there too. Gorgeous, okay. Looks like the Corps commander cannot capture that position, but Evans will. So we're going to run him past. And we're still holding here. Buford, come back down. Everybody just hold. Now, what a bloody engagement. Okay, now, I'm not sure what happened to Oof. Okay, let me pause for a minute here. Let's see here. Yeah, Krasnowski sneaked down here. That's good. Evans got over here too. So we got fortunate because he sent most of his brigades from the Telegraph Road up to attack us at Mary's Heights, which it sucks because we took extra damage up here. However, it made it easy for our third corps to sneak in there and take that position. So all we need to do here now is just hold on for dear life. Alright, push play. And we have taken some massive casualties in this battle. My goodness. But we've taken both of the key positions. We've only captured one brigade in this phase of the battle. We captured a lot around Prospect Hill. We captured a lot of enemy brigades. Alright, hold right there. You hold. You hold. Perfect. Nice, we flanked them. Alright, now you three move up here. Whew! My goodness. Victory. Look at the goals. We weren't able to get Prospect Hill. So that first, if you're playing as the Union, that first part of the battle where you're trying to take Prospect Hill, that's where we had our first corps and our main army. You only get one shot. And we were doing really good down there, but we were just needed like a few more minutes. But thank goodness we were able to get past the stone wall, take Mary's Heights, and Telegraph Road was easy to take because he kind of abandoned that position. My goodness. We took massive casualties on that battle. Massive. Several wounded commanders and a couple killed. Whew. But a W. Nevertheless, it was a W on a battle that was actually meant to be, well, historically, was a huge defeat. So we got 30 reputation, 2 career points, a bunch of moolah, and desperate 10,000 recruits. This is desperate. We really needed that. We also gained an additional 1,000 recruits because we captured 1,400 prisoners and we exchanged. The majority of the prisoners we captured was actually on that first engagement. See, look at the first corps. This is that during episode 6 when we were trying to take Prospect Hill. This is the corps that was doing it. We didn't take very many casualties. And we did really good. We were surrounding him. We were being slow and methodical, playing it safe. And we were really doing an excellent job on that. But we didn't get the objective. But then with our second corps, who was stationed in front of the stone wall, They achieved the objective, but my goodness, the casualties. I mean, over 50% casualties on our infantry. That was bloody. But they achieved their objective. And our third corps, they just sneaked in and took Telegraph Hill. They didn't really take too much damage. The biggest thing that's going to hurt us replenishment-wise is that second corps. That's going to be brutal having to replace all the soldiers there. All right, we'll do a little save here. Before we spend everything we just got at that gorgeous victory of Fredericksburg, trying to highlight it. Yeah, so at Fredericksburg, oh, he inflicted 24,000 casualties on us. But if you look at the, and we only inflicted 17 against his infantry, but if you look at the guns, cavalry, and missing, we did a lot more damage to him on that, but as far as that number is concerned. All right, we're not going to do our army organization anymore right now. Let's keep working on our training to keep our training one and medicine one. And before we replenish our army here and possibly make some new brigades, I like to take a sneak peek at what's upcoming. All right, upcoming, we have the Grand Battle of Stones River. Ooh, nice. This is actually historically a Union win. So that's the historic battle. And about the same, you'll get about 200,000 and 11,000 recruits if you get a victory. The optional battle beforehand is Parker's Crossroads. If we win Parker's Crossroads, the enemy doesn't have any benefit at Stones River. But if you lose it, they'll have access to better weapons, is what it says. So on this Parker's Crossroad here, we'll take a sneak peek. How many brigades on this optional battle leading up to Stones River? 10. So we'll make sure to make a brigade, our 4th Corps. We'll put our 10 best brigades in that corps. Meet with the rest. Okay, so basically it's a defensive battle. So first thing let's do, let's get our 1st Corps back up to snuff here. We'll just get everybody back up to snuff. Yeah, our 1st Corps did not take too many casualties. Thank goodness. But that 2nd Corps is going to be, oof, that's going to hurt. Alright, we'll need to replace that leader. Heinzelman, why not? Well, no, that's a cavalry. Just give it this Robert Reed guy. We'll get him full strength. We have done a pretty good job of protecting our artillery. The Iron Brigade will be 20... Oh, 2,038 men. That way they keep their second perk. Yeah, a lot of our brigades in the first corps here are getting close to getting a second perk. Actually, Porter here, if we keep him at 2232, he has a second perk. So what are our choices? Assault, firearms, marksman. Accuracy plus 10, reloading time plus 10. Reloading minus 10, accuracy minus 10. Let's do the marksman. They'll be a little bit slower to reload, but they'll do better on their shots.
Yes, sir.
So the Iron Brigade and Porter Brigade, they won't be full 2,500 men because we want to keep our second perk. Same with this Battle Brigade here. Put him with the marksman too. So he'll be a little bit smaller in size. Okay, this artillery now has a second perk. Or no, his first perk. Okay, never mind then. Ah, so close. I would prefer some of these infantry brigades to be 2,500 men, but a few of them I've got them down a little bit, 2,000, 2,200, just to keep their bonuses. Yeah, McClellan is getting close. Oh, we don't have enough Springfield. Oh, that's right. Lyle's brigade actually has that nice Springfield rifle we purchased. And he needs a new commander, so give him Heinzelman. Heinzelman is the one that has a nice rifle. One of the better rifles in the game.
Yes, sir.
Alright, first corps back up to snuff. Our third corps should be fairly inexpensive to get back up to snuff. Need to replace that leader. This guy has the sawed-off shotgun. These cavalry in our third corps, they actually have shotguns as opposed to pistol and saber. It would do good to remember that. Alright, Alright, first corps, third corps done. Second corps, oof. This is what's going to eat up most of our recruits here. We can spend 30 reputation and get 8,000 additional recruits, which we might need to do. But for the moment, let's just get our leaders replaced here. We'll just go with some generic gentlemen here.
Form line. Yes, sir.
Ugh. Yeah, second corps. Oof. Man, they took a beating. Boy, oh boy, they took a beating. Yeah, we need recruits, so we're gonna have to spend 30 reputation to get 8,000 recruits. Because we need recruits to get these brigades
Yes, sir.
back up to full strength. You go down a little bit so you can keep your park. Same with you. Ah, that's too small though. Got to keep it at least 2,000. Okay, hold on. We've only got 2,400 recruits left. So let's just go up to... We've still got 4 infantry brigades in our second corps that need recruits. So let's just go about 500 each. And maybe with our... If we get a victory on this optional battle, it might help us get our second corps back up to snuff here. Alright, let's increase the size of that artillery a little bit. Perfect. See, we've got plenty of money. It's just recruits. So, as far as rifles are concerned, we can start to upgrade some of our infantry here. Like the Iron Brigade.
Yes, sir.
Right now they have the Springfield 1855. Which I think the Harper's Ferry is... Where's the Springfield 1855? Oh, it's not on here because we already have it equipped. I think the Harper's Ferry might be a little bit better. Yeah, see, it's slightly better. The Colt model is significantly better. The Colt and the Henry. But we just don't have too many of those guns available. So, the Pattern Enfield is actually a pretty good rifle. But the Harper's Ferry, oof, that would be nice. He needs a different gun. Alright, right now, let's just get these guys off of the 1842 rifle. And get everybody up to this Springfield at least. So, Denison, we'll give him the Springfield. What rifles do these gentlemen have? Pretty much everybody in the second corps has the 1842 Springfield. So we might start working on them, getting them up to the 1855. So Benjamin's got a better weapon. Pleasanton a better weapon. Just because we have plenty of those available in the shop. Okay, perfect. So we have no more recruits. We have a little bit more reputation. We can order some stuff. Like, for example, Heitzelman here with his 1861 rifle. We could order some more of those, but... So right now, our next optional battle here, we need to take our 10 best troops and put them into this 4th Corps. Two of our artillery here are getting really close. So Toon and Cutshaw will be our 2 artillery. We need a skirmisher that needs experience. Didn't we have another skirmisher in the... Yeah, Cutshaw. Put him over there, and whatever cavalry needs more experience, Reed. So we've got 2 artillery, a skirmisher, a cavalry, and then we'll get 6 infantry. So pretty much the Iron Brigade for sure. And then other than that, we'll just get the first 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, Moody, 6. Oh, we can't, because... No, yeah, we got it. So 6 infantry brigades, cavalry, skirmisher, and 2 artillery. And we can go ahead and get their supply to the max. In our 4th Corps here. Which we just use this corps right now just to have these optional battles. So save. As the live. Perfect. And now, the optional battle before Stones River. Named Parker's Crossroads. Fight! We'll actually only get 3,500 recruits if we win this battle. But every little bit's going to help leading up to our next grand battle. Because my goodness. Oof, we took some casualties at Fredericksburg. It almost would have been better just to sit back and not lose so many men. I don't know. Your reputation goes down on a defeat, though. That's the problem. Okay, so 4th Corps. Perfect. There's actually an additional... There's 2 brigades, 240 soldiers already on the battlefield that aren't part of your army, but you apparently have control over. So, Parker's Crossroads, 20th of December, 1862. We are transporting precious ammunition and weapon supplies to our armies operating in the Tennessee region. We established a temporary supply station at Parker's Farm. We are going to meet with the rest of our brigades, and then we will head to Nashville to prepare our offensive in the Western Theater. The notorious cavalry commander, Nathan Forrest, is raiding West Tennessee, and it seems we have become his target. Our pickets spotted his dismounted cavalrymen approaching us from all sides. We must hold the farm and all the supplies stored there. Those weapons must not fall into enemy hands. Oh, okay, so it's a couple of supply wagons is what you get started with. We expect reinforcements in 2 hours. So we can hold if we can hold long enough. Okay. So I'm not sure what our reinforcements are going to be. Oh, probably the other 4 brigades we're in control of. Alright, right now we only have 2 infantry brigades, 1 cavalry, and a skirmisher in our artillery. So this is going to be a bit of a problem. I would have rather had more infantry to start the battle off with. But alas, we can make this happen. So let's get our artillery here in play. Arnold here, Iron Brigade here, and the skirmishers here. The artillery we will face the artillery that direction. And the cavalry, who just has the pistol and saber, will have him in the rear, protecting our artillery, hopefully, as best as I can figure. So I'm thinking when this timer runs out is when we get our reinforcements. Yeah, it would be nice to have more infantry, but our 2 infantry brigades and skirmishers are going to have to do. Okay, so he's bringing up some skirmishers. He's got some artillery over here in the woods. This artillery has 12-pound Napoleon. This one has a 10-pound ordnance. Nice, nice. The only thing I find odd about this game, and we've been enjoying this game so far, it's been beautiful, is the ability to kind of see the condition of the enemy brigade. You know, it'd be kind of cheating, but it'd be nice to be able to see, this enemy brigade is pretty low on morale. You know, let's go ahead and, charge it because it's kind of low morale, But I guess that's coming from our previous Civil War game we've played. Well, so far so good. Our artillery is doing a good job keeping them at bay. The supply wagons, need to keep them in range. Okay. Yeah, move that one over just to keep this infantry. Okay, right now, all we can see is skirmishers, Confederate skirmishers. We haven't seen any infantry. We know he's got some artillery over here firing on this position. So one thing you can do here is save. And you can kind of speed it up just to see if there's any while they're just kind of holding right here. I've got the game speed up pretty fast. I'm keeping an eye on the minimap in case another, okay, ooh, there you go, see. Now I slow it back down. We just saw more dismounted cavalrymen spotted. So 820 men of the 19th Tennessee and 800 men of the 28th Tennessee are attacking our west flank here. Our left flank. Alright, the cavalry, we're gonna... Oh, and the 31st Alabama, okay. Arnold, we might need to move him off the wall there. Oh, nice, he's trying to flank us. Oh, he's got skirmishers. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, pull back, pull back. Pull back. Wow, he has really got us surrounded. Okay, this isn't good. Yeah, if we had more infantry to start this battle off, that would be better. Not sure, it seems so random what brigades they pick out to start with. Okay, Iron Brigade, get back up there. We just sit right here. Let's turn this artillery over in this direction. Alright, hold right there. Hold. And Iron Brigade will get back on that wall. And that infantry would be nice right now. Okay, we've got the Iron Brigade back onto that wall over there. Arnold is taking a bit of a beating here. Don't even attempt to charge skirmishers with your cavalry. We found that out the hard way. Alright, get back into position. Pull back a little bit. Alright, you just dance around there. See, he's got a skirmisher right over here. Alright, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. I mean, we're chewing him up anytime he gets close, but we're not letting him get in here. Oh, Arnold just got killed. That's not good. Come on, get in there. Ah, his skirmisher down there is frustrating. At least we've got our reinforcements in. Alright, you guys have got to get up there. My goodness. See, our cavalry... Yeah, I've got to keep him here because this cavalry is the only thing keeping his other cavalry at bay from sneaking in behind us here. Alright, turn the artillery's attention over here. Turn around. You see right here? Anytime the computer senses a gap, he runs his cavalry in there to try and take it. Alright, pull back. Just keep him at bay. He wants you to chase him, but you don't want to chase him because he's got skirmisher down there. Alright, get rid of that artillery. Finally! Alright, hold. Alright, couch attack. You hold. Moody's taking care of that artillery. You attack here. He's got a lot more than I thought he had. Holy moly. Alright, see, now our skirmishers here can kind of come off the wall and shoot him in the rear. Okay, good. Our artillery's firing this direction. At least I think they are. Turn around. Ooh, no, not today. Get that cavalry. Don't you dare rout. Holy moly, he's got us surrounded. My goodness. All right, get back on the wall. Holy guacamole. All right, here's what we're going to do. Charge while we still have condition. We need to get this infantry down here quick. That's not good. Kind of had to sacrifice our cavalry there to keep them at bay. Oh, get out of there. Go this way. All of you go this way. This could be a bad defeat for us. Okay, you two need to rally. Stop running away. Alright, you need to take that position. Alright, pull the Iron Brigade up here. Okay, never mind. Don't pull him up there. My goodness, he's got so much. Wow, he's got you so heavily outgunned here. See, if you played this a little different, instead of having those artillery and cavalry there, if you just had like all infantry, On this battle, it might be a lot better. Oh, this is a bad defeat for us. And now he's just going to wreck us. Unless we can somehow get it together here. Okay, all three of our supply wagons are holding behind Arnold here. We did lose our corps commander, though. Alright, Moody, start moving up. Get up there. 6 Kentucky surrendered. Okay, so we captured 1 brigade. We've lost our corps commander, though. Alright, you need to hold. Sheesh. Alright, Iron Brigade. Alright, artillery, come out. Perhaps if we come out a little bit and then go back in to take it, that might work. Contested. It's going to be difficult to take back that position. Wow, they weren't playing when they said he had us surrounded. So far, we've only lost our corps commander. That's all we've lost. Now, what's this guy doing way up here? But I'll trade that in for this captured brigade any day here. Alright, supplies, just stay right there. Okay, Couch and Franklin are coming back in. So if they can rush in there and contest it again, all might not be lost here. Iron Brigade is taking a beating. Alright, Walton, move up. Alright. Artillery, fire on that. Oh, we might actually get it back in the nick of time here. Okay, artillery needs to pull back. Oh, we're actually getting it back. Believe it or not. Okay, hold Franklin. Couch, hold. Hold, Couch. Hold. Oh, there's our corps commander. Hold. Hold that position. Get that artillery over here. Alright, Moody. Just keep attacking her. Iron Brigade. Alright, Pat, get in there. Take that position. Don't give up what you got. Hold. Okay, yeah, finish. Whew. Barely victory. Barely held it. My goodness. That was a crazy optional battle right there. Yeah, that was a crazy optional battle right there. We had more than them, but most of our infantry didn't come in till later. So we were having to hold that position with like only 2 infantry brigades and our support units. That was sketchy. But we did about the same as far as casualties. But he definitely had us surrounded. Wow. Toon actually did a pretty good job. He actually had 341 kills, that artillery brigade, which that's pretty good for artillery. Alright, Arnold, Walton dead, Gibbon wounded. We've captured a little bit of weapons. Nothing crazy. Whew. See, this is nice. We only captured 560 prisoners, but we got an additional 1,000 recruits because of that, so that's really good. So we got another career point, another 3,500 recruits, a little bit of reputation, a little bit of money. So that might be enough to get our second corps back up to snuff. All right, let's do the training. That way we can keep our perks a little bit better. Now we got a lot of wounded here. Armory, we've got a lot of 1842s in the armory. We could make another 12-pounder artillery brigade and a 10-pounder ordnance, honestly, if we needed to. Alright, first, let's get our first corps here. Those gentlemen that were just in that battle.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Couch has a second perk now.
Form line.
Toon. Toon took some damage. Let's give him the second perk, and we'll keep him at 18 guns, and we'll kind of creep him up back up to 24. Reloading, firearms, training, accuracy, tactical training, cover, stealth, rotation. Yeah, let's do the short range training. Canister damage. Long range training. Yeah, let's keep the marksman up. So Toon took a few casualties, but we'll keep it at 18 guns instead of 24 to keep our perk. Our other artillery, ooh, almost. We'll put him back up to 24. Okay. Skirmishers still don't have that perk yet. Alright, Moody, put him back up. Couch took no casualties. I don't even think he took part in a battle. Alright, let's replace Walton with York here.
Sir, yes, sir.
Our cavalry took a hell of a punishment. My goodness. They did take a pounding. Alright, Arnold's wounded. Place him with Page. And the Iron Brigade lost his commander yet again. The Iron Brigade, their condition has been just collapsing. You know, they've been taking massive casualties.
Sir,
Burns
yes,
will be
sir.
in charge of the Iron Brigade. Okay, so everybody that took part in that battle is back up to snuff. So we can move all of these gentlemen back over to the first corps. That was barely a victory. See, the only unfortunate thing is it didn't give us a lot more recruits that we were hoping for in order to replenish our second corps here. Second corps is still, oof, we're still shy, about 4,000 men here. Essentially, we're like 4,000 men less than we had at the start of Fredericksburg. However, our experience is up a lot more in our condition. Okay, so there's nothing we can do here. There's no additional brigade we can make. We don't have the recruits to make a brigade. We can almost get these two. These two artillery brigades are on the up and up as far as the amount of guns. Sheesh. Need more recruits. What career gets you more recruits? Is it the politics? Probably, because we have 0. Politics influence the amount of recruits and money you receive. Okay. This might be a little bit of our problem, friends. We have absolutely 0 political skill in this game. And now it's really starting to show because we need more recruits, but we're not getting it. So we're going to have to start working on that. Our training's good, our organization's good. Medicine, economy's fine. We're not having a money issue right now. Logistics, that just has to do with ammo. We're okay on that. Don't really care about reconnaissance. So yeah, all additional career points we get are going to be put into politics. We are getting some medals, though. Not sure what they do, but so far in this game, we have a draw, 2 draws, 2 defeats, and a lot of victories. But we're about to start a huge battle. Another grand battle. Thank goodness we won that optional battle. So, because we won at Parker's Crossroads, the enemy has minus 10% enemy weapons quality. If we win this battle, we will get 20 reputation, 11,000 recruits, and 200,000 money. But my goodness, we need recruits. So Stones River Grand Battle. You probably can deploy 100 some brigades, and we only have like 40. Well, no, it's not that big. Okay. So in this battle, it's a little bit smaller than Fredericksburg or 2nd Manassas. You can't have 100 plus brigades. You can only have a total of 60. So our 1st Corps actually has 24 brigades. So that's too many. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 4 brigades from our 1st Corps, put them into our 2nd Corps down here. Our 3rd Corps is reserve. And our 2nd Corps will probably take 4 infantry brigades from that corps and bring it down here. So we're going to have to adjust that slightly before we start the battle. But we've still got time, plenty of time. So we just need to take 4 brigades here. So Denison, Darden, Boyle, and Lydell are all going to get moved to the 2nd Corps, assigned to the 2nd Corps. temporarily here. Because on this battle, you can only have 20 brigades in each corps. Perfect. Let's go. Stones River. All right. First corps on the left, second corps on our right flank, and our third corps, which is unchanged, will be our reserves. So, beautiful. Battle of Stones River, 31st of December, 1862. Abraham Lincoln has ordered an all-out offensive across the country to take advantage of Union material superiority over the Confederates. At least 2 of your best corps are needed for the strategic attack to the center at Tennessee. Your forces marched from Nashville to meet General Braxton Bragg's Army of the Tennessee. Bragg decided to hold his ground on the banks of the Stones River at Murfreesboro, a town of strong symbolic value for the South. We've met with Bragg's army on December 30th and started to deploy on the battlefield in an attempt to find a weakness on his flanks. He is possibly seeking for an opportunity to attack first. At dawn of December 31st, our soldiers are having their breakfast before they are ordered to assault Bragg's positions. Start. Okay, so we're coming from this direction. There's the little town of Murfreesboro. So there's probably going to be a flag there, just if I was guessing. That'll be kind of a key point to hold. Okay, so this is kind of where the Confederates are set up. A frontal attack would be suicidal. Okay, well, knowing us, we'll just charge in there, as we always do. We'll try to be smart. We've been taking way too many casualties lately. Oh, our casualties have been brutal. The past few battles, this war is starting to get bloody for us. We have been taking some disastrous casualties lately. It would be wiser to reinforce our left and advance. If we take the heights west of the town, we can flank and push the Confederates south. Our cavalry is patrolling the area, and we will know if ground is suitable. Okay. Another viable option is to attack their left flank, but we don't know how many rebels guard the area. This is the Confederates' left flank. It's our right flank. We're down here. Okay. So that is enemy infantry is advancing towards our right flank. Okay. So right now, this is only our second corps that's on the battlefield. It looks to be. So for the moment, let's just get everybody lined up here. And Pleasanton, he took some damage on that battle. All right, Buford up here. Artillery right here. Alright, Benjamin. We might space these gentlemen out a little bit just to cover some more ground. We'll bring Buford up here to cover that gap right there. And this artillery just position it here. Same with the splicer. Krzyzanowski is going to be key here. Of course I say that. I say Krzyzanowski is going to be key. And then you know the first brigade to break is going to be the Krzyzanowski brigade. Because that's how it always is. Okay, start battle. Okay, we should actually save. That way we don't have to redo anything leading up to this point. So we have a pretty commanding view. We've got the entire battlefield covered here. Alright, Buford. Pull right here. Gordon, pull back just a hair. Tyler, hold. Okay, Dennison, you're going to need to pull back a little bit. This isn't... Alright, I've got pretty much everybody holding here. He's attacking very heavily on our right flank there. But our reserves here, we'll pull them up. Keys, bring him down here. Ooh, okay, this isn't good. We've got some skirmishers over here. That are sneaking behind our line. Other than that, I'm not too concerned. This is our main concern down here in the south. Yeah, they are really coming at us pretty heavy. Alright, we need to get that cavalry down there. Appler and Harker are coming down. They're part of our 3rd Corps. So it's really up to our 2nd Corps here to hold the enemy at bay during this first part of this battle. Our 1st Corps, I think they're going to show up on the 2nd part of the battle, if I was guessing. Okay, our cavalry is making its way down here to help cover Dennison and Carr. Thank goodness we're larger than he is. Alright, Shale, hold. Oh, Darden just broke. See? What did I flippin' say? The 1st brigade to break is gonna be Darden. Or no, it was Krzyzanowski. I was talking about Krzyzanowski. But yeah, Darden just broke. That's not good. He didn't break too far, though, thank goodness. So, we'll have to kind of creep him back up a little bit here. Our cavalry might be able to sneak around. Once Appler and Harker get down here, they'll help hold that position. Benjamin and Shaler, we actually can kind of pull them up a little bit. And Carlin, Garish, they are coming under heavy fire right now. Alright, start creeping back up. Don't think our cavalry can do much, but we'll see. Okay, right now, Brzezinski, you have got to hold, buddy. We're trying to retake this position at Franklin Road Woods. We must withdraw. Why? We're doing pretty good. Why must we withdraw? Bragg had the guts to attack us ferociously to our right. Right, which is what he was doing down there at the bottom. That was rough. It's advised you rally your forces on this hill near Wilkinson Road and hold as much as you can. This is so far this battle is kind of playing out a little bit how it was in this one video I watched the other day. Okay, pause right here. Hold on. Hold Nashville Pike West. Hold Nashville Pike East. Hold Wilkinson Turnpike Hill. Okay, so we did lose the two flags that were here. They're not there anymore. So technically we can kind of pull back a little bit here. So Appler and Harker are going to kind of help these three brigades get out of there, because we're going to start moving these gentlemen out. And we'll start pulling back a little bit. Our artillery, let's go ahead and move our artillery up to that hill. York over here. Moody over here. Franklin here. And Couch right here. And this artillery position right there. So we're going to start getting our artillery up on this hill. We do have skirmishers. We're going to bring the skirmishers down here, help our retreating forces. This cavalry, pull it up to the hill. And Page and Barnes here are going to fill that gap. So he's getting pretty aggressive. I'm just eyeballing the battlefield before we push play again. Okay. We're pulling back a little bit here. We're following the game's suggestion. Alright, Boyle Hope. Okay, Brooks right here. Get this supply wagon up there. Get the artillery and supply wagons up to that hill. Now we're getting more reserves coming in. Thank goodness. We'll take whatever we can get. Once we can get the... Alright, Darden, pull back now. See, now we're kind of covering the retreat here. Alright, Darden, you need to pull back. See, Dennison, position him here. Carr, Darden, Pleasanton, pull him back a little bit. See, this is pretty good here. This isn't bad. Alright, Brooks, come over here. Alright, another artillery. Get up on that hill. Alright, Moody. Franklin. Alright. Boyle come back, Lydell come back. Yeah, see, he's charging here. In the hopes of catching us off guard. Yeah, Pleasanton and Carr just keep moving back. Keys, get up there. Nice. Okay, Darden, you have got to get out there. Alright. We could actually try to run him down. Oof. Hold what you got. Pause. When it gets a little overwhelming, all you can do is just kind of pause, reposition yourself. Make sure everybody's going where you want them to go. Bring that cavalry down. 2 cavalry and skirmishers will be out here on the wings. And I'd like to cut him up with that cavalry, but I don't think that's going to work. Pull back. Alright, Appler, hold. Parker, pull right here. Gordon's going to come pull back here and help assist our pullback. Yeah, we're getting a little bit heavy artillery up here on the hill, so that's really going to help us keep him at bay. Let's see, now Dennison pull back, Darden hold. It's going to be a bit of a slow go. Oh, get out of there, skirmishers, my goodness. Alright, Appler, pull back. Eventually, we're going to have to find a line in the sand to hold. Alright, which is probably going to be right here at this fence, I'll be honest. Alright, Pleasanton, come up here. Carr, start working your way up there. Alright, Dennison, here. Gordon, here. Alright, those 2 brigades are routing right now, but we'll get them back under control here. Our 2 cavalry and skirmisher will be way out on the wing. Alright, Boyle, straighten up. Lydell, straighten up. Tyler, hold. Dennison, hold. Gordon, can you please straighten out your line? Please. I'm begging you. Right there. Hold. Pleasanton will be in reserve. He's kind of damaged anyway. And Darden, he will be in reserve over here. See, now we've got a nice line set up. Let's put Carr in reserve right here. He might be attacking a little bit right here. You know what the Confederates are going to do? They're going to try and punch through right here. Possibly. Our cavalry could mess him up. Possibly. Now we've got 4 artillery brigades pounding him as he approaches the hill. Alright, the line is holding. See, our cavalry might be able to get some sneaky attacks here. Skirmishers could possibly flank him too. It's kind of building up right here a little bit. Good thing we have Carr in reserve. Really need to get Carr up in that gap right there. That would be more beneficial. Alright, skirmishers. See if you can flank them. Cavalry is looking for opportunities to attack. We don't have to watch our line too intently because it's holding pretty well. Our little bit of a snake S formation on the battlefield. He wasn't able to roll us up as well as I think he was hoping. He does have some halfway decent sized brigades. I've got the game paused right now. He's got some halfway decent sized brigades in the south down here. 1,100, 1,200 man brigades. But you know, I feel like if we were a little smaller army, he could have really rolled us up right here. But I'm thinking our numbers are going to really hold him at bay. And that is why we have reserve, because Boyle just got routed, so Pleasanton will fill the gap. Okay, play. Our cavalry is in the rear, just looking for opportunities here. It would be nice to straighten our line out on the map. However, that might not happen. It just depends on how well we're able to roll him up right here. Alright, Boyle, get back up there. Pleasanton, hold. Yeah, he's pushing his aggression pretty hard in the south here. Alright, skirmishers are doing a great job. See, now we're kind of turning him a little bit. Alright, our cavalry is searching for supply wagons and or routing units. These Arkansas gentlemen are taking a pounding right now. Alright, get Carr right here. Yeah, our main defensive position here is very strong with the artillery. It's like the artillery gets a bonus from being on top of the hill there. Okay, see, we're starting to roll him up now. Just like that. Skirmishers keep working down. Boyle will now position himself right about here. We might get flanked as we're marching a little bit, but Boyle will hold that position. Alright, cavalry is searching for any opportunity. He just doesn't have the numbers. Even if he did an all-out charge, I do not see him breaking our line. We have got, this is this is almost like Civil War Generals 2. We've got him outnumbered big time. Alright, my bad. I had to pause it there for a minute. So right now we're kind of rolling him up in the south here, and we're still holding the position. Cavalry, ooh, there's finally a nice little spot there where we can get a visual. Okay, he's got an artillery here, so charge that artillery. Oh, he's got an infantry brigade there. Back off, back off, back off. Back off. Okay, so he's got some guns way back here. See, now our infantry is starting to push him back slowly. I'd like to have that hill, but nice. That cavalry just eliminated one of his artillery guns. The skirmishers might be able to keep that infantry brigade in the rear here busy. He had like a 1,100 man brigade over here. And our skirmishers might be able to keep him busy. So we're going to march them over there to assist our cavalry here. Our infantry needs to turn. Okay, you need to turn right now. Turn. And you just keep creeping up. Vidal, creep up a little bit. Tyler, a little bit. Everywhere else, just keep holding. This has to hold. If we had enough time... Okay, cavalry, take a rest. Skirmishers, come up here. If we had enough time, we really could probably completely envelop him and push him back to this top right corner from the south. Now, I'm sure we're going to run into some ammo situations down here, which, you know what? How many supply wagons we have? 2. You stay with the artillery. You start going down the line. Filling up everybody. So now our cavalry he's got an additional infantry brigade back here. Oh, we just ruined another artillery of his. Alright, this is going very good right here. We're really rolling him up right here. Gotta watch out though, because this 1,000-man infantry brigade might light up our cavalry here. And right there, they're going to do it. Get out of there. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. I was hoping to get him out in time. Okay, keep moving the supply wagon down. Krzyzewski is out of ammo. See, eventually this infantry here is going to, we're going to try and push him back quickly. This is actually when the cavalry can come in handy. Is if we have our cavalry chop down the remaining his routed infantry brigades here. Keep that supply wagon coming down. Alright, Buford, creep up. Getting a little sketchy right here. A little bit sketchy. Just do a little save right there. Yeah, we destroyed that infantry brigade. And our cavalry's going to deal with this infantry brigade here, hopefully. So now we can have this infantry engage right here. Nice, we've got 2-on-1, 2 cavalry versus a 400-man infantry. They'll cut them up. I've got faith. Get that supply wagon down there. Taking a lot of damage here in the center. Man, our artillery is just chewing them up. You'd think we would have captured that infantry brigade by now. Because they are cutting them up. Alright, hold. Supply wagon, keep moving down. Maybe now our skirmishers can flank him. Defend Nashville Pike. Okay, so another part of the battle. Rebels are starting to surround us. It is strongly advised to withdraw and take defensive positions at our headquarters on Nashville Pike. Okay, this is more of our 1st Brigade here, or our 1st Corps. So apparently he's coming from this direction too. Not sure how he got behind us like that. Either way, save. We'll do a save there. He might have some forces back here. I don't know. Our cavalry can investigate. But we'll have to position all of these gentlemen accordingly. We can pull the supply wagon up here. We can pull Heintzelman here. McClellan here. And our artillery. Put them up on the hill here. Our skirmishers can deploy them right there for the moment. So we don't have a lot of infantry over here on this part. But I don't know what kind of force he's going to have over here. Elsewhere on the battlefield, we're rocking him. So, not sure if we need to disengage some of these troops and pull them back to hold this area. I don't know. I'd be shocked if he's got a lot more over here. I feel like the majority of his army is right here. But either way, we're going to save right there. Save as live union. And when we come back for our next episode, we will continue this beautiful engagement of Stones River, which so far so good. We were doing excellent. I appreciate everybody coming in on live. We had a lot of fun. It was nice to get one in this week. It has been difficult getting our live streams in this week. And until next time, my friends,